Welcome back to Leeds lately. Sorry about that. Accrington are in the box here, and an excellent challenge from Voba has kept them out. But yes, sorry about that. I am finally live now. Let me know down in the chat if you can see everything okay. But it just would not let me connect for some reason. My streaming software did an update yesterday. No idea what was going on there. But we are live now, so hopefully it should be fine. I just need to sync up the time with the actual time in the game. So bear with me a second. So we're 5.5 minutes in. I don't think it's going to let me do this. That's it. We're on time. Corner into the box. Robin Koch heads it, but it doesn't go very far. Someone just let me know down in the comments if you can actually hear me and if it's all live and working okay. Accrington seem to be all over us at the moment. Just want to check everything's going okay, so I'm just going to load it up on my phone just to see. Just to check. Radio check loud and clear. Thank you, Rob. There is life. There is life in the chat. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. Yeah, sorry about that. I had some weird issues there. But the timer, I just set it up perfectly with the right time and then forgot to press bloody play, didn't I? So, oh well, we're in a bit of a mess here today, but right. We've only missed 6 minutes. We've got the rest of the game. Yeah, I was actually going to say that I'm hoping that this game is nice and comfortable for Leeds and that Leeds can actually get the ball down, get a few goals and get a bit of confidence, and that there's not really much pressure on it. But it always it doesn't always work out that way, does it? When Premier League opposition comes to a ground like Accrington Stanley, there's always upsets and things that go wrong. But let's hope for none of that today. Rutter starts for the first time. He looks like he's actually going to start out on the right-hand side. Ball into Sinisterra there. Rutter. Oh, Rutter nearly 1-0. Just drops to Rutter there in the box, and he curls one, just drags it past the post. But good early shooting from him, which is what I like to see from an attacker. Ball drops to him, bang, has a shot. Yeah, it was Harrison into Sinisterra, and then Sinisterra's actually been out for so long that I forgot what his number was, that he was 23, and I thought he was Nonto for a second, but I know he's not 23. But yeah, good to see Rutter, as soon as he got the ball, get his head up and just have a shot, and nearly snuck into the bottom corner there. Long goal kick there from the Accrington goalkeeper. We're going to see a lot of them today, I feel. Ball's bounced out to Rasmus, though. Rasmus is trying to play it down the line for Rutter. Rutter tried to play a little pass back to Rasmus, but Rasmus didn't try for the overlap. Rob saying early goal settle aside. Yeah, definitely. If we can put one in the bottom corner early on and just settle nerves, that'll definitely help. Firpo tries to head the ball away, goes to Harrison. Harrison tries to chip it down the line for Sinisterra, but I think, oh yeah, he is going to keep it in. Sinisterra does well to get it back to Firpo, into Rocker's feet. Rocker looking for an option, gives it into Greenwood. Greenwood all the way back to Verba. Apparently Verba is Vuba. That's apparently how you say it. It's Vuba, not Verba, or Woba, or Wobba, or Voba, or like any of these. Apparently it's Vuba. Rob saying no comment on Turkey slap ball. I don't know what that means. You'll have to explain that one to me, Rob. Rutter tries to pick the ball up there, but it's pinging around, and Bamford goes for it, and then he's just brought down, but adjudged to be a fair tackle by the referee. Remember, no VAR at the ground today, as it is a league. Accrington in League 1 or League 2? I think it's League 1, isn't it? There he is, Eddie Gray, alongside Angus Kinnear in the press box, or the hospitality. So 10 minutes in there, we've not gone 1-0 down to a League 1 side, so that's always positive. big long throw-in down the line by Accrington, but Leeds have managed to win it back, and Firpo sent it as long as possible, and it's going to go over everyone and nearly to Rutter, and the goalkeeper's had to come out and win a header, and it's going to go out. Oh, it's not going to go out for a throw. It's going to go to the Accrington player, and then Rutter is adjudged to have fouled him. Rutter is playing in the position that I thought he might play. Given that Rodrigo is in such good form at the moment, and that Bamford's trying to come back and play that role, it does to me seem like Rutter will probably be playing on that right-hand side. Like I said in one of my videos the other week, he could be really good there, playing in that half space between the full-back and the centre-back. I think Rutter could do really well there and will play there, maybe against Forest as well, given that Somerville's still out. Rob, I've been thinking about Leeds' narrow formation, peeny ball, and the peens can move to left to right. Does that make it a turkey slap ball? I don't know anymore. To be fair though, I did see a lot of stuff about Pep saying that the only way you can really play counter pressing, Accrington had a shot there but it went over the bar, the only way you can really play counter pressing football is by playing narrow, because if you play wide it's not really as effective at getting people around the ball and getting the ball out of those positions after you win it back. So there is a merit into playing narrow, and if you use it right, you can score goals. And to be fair, I don't really know why people are complaining about playing with no width anymore, when we scored more goals than we did last season in this amount of games, by quite a few, and scoring isn't our issue. So I don't think that's really the issue, that we're playing wide. I think the issue is just our actual defending and not being able to keep the ball out. A lot of teams would struggle to break down Brentford when they were playing that defensively. So I don't think there's really much of a problem with playing narrow. It's getting us goals. Sinisterra manages to wriggle out, gives it to Harrison. Harrison tries to play it into Bamford, and he just pokes it, and then Rutter comes and blocks the defender's pass, and it goes out for an Accrington throw-in by Jesse Marsh. 12 minutes in here then, no upsets yet. The pitch is chopping up very quickly. Yeah, it will, won't it? Not as good. The pitch won't be hundreds of thousands of pounds like ours was, or even millions, wasn't it? I think our pitch, and it's just going to be all grass, so it's just going to cut up the more it gets played on. So the later that goes into this game, it might actually suit them more, with the pitch being like that, because they'd obviously be used to playing on that sort of pitch in this league. Well, not this league, in their league. After all, this is the FA Cup, and I keep saying it in every video and stuff, the 4th round of the FA Cup. It doesn't seem right, does it, that we're in the 4th round? Just doesn't seem right. Yeah, I think Greenwood's just kicked Hamilton there, the number 4, by accident, obviously, just trying to clear the ball. Tifo did a great tactical analysis on Arsenal doing more or less exactly the same press. Yeah, exactly. And people are just... I don't think it's particularly just because he's American, but I think it's because he's not getting results, Jesse Marsh, why they're complaining about it. But if you actually look at it, it's not a new way to play or a completely flawed way to play. People have a lot of success with it. Oh, great powerful shot from... I don't even know what his name is. I can't see an Accrington player anyway, but Meslier is able to catch with ease. Cartel saying up the Fukin, Jorginho, Rutter. Yeah, I'm hoping that he gets a goal today, and I tweeted about it before, but I'm hoping he gets a goal today and gets his confidence up in this one, so that he can come into the Forest game on the back of a bit of confidence. Welcome to the stream, everybody. If you haven't liked it already, hit that like button. That would really help me out. We had a bit of a false start, but it's 0-0 here at the WHAM stadium, which I'm disappointed that nobody liked my dad joke tweet where somebody put it was at the WHAM stadium, and I quote tweeted it with a gif of Wham, the band from the 80s or 70s. Nobody got the dad joke. Maybe it's too highbrow. Accrington are actually trying to attack a bit here, which is fair play to them, to be honest. They're not just playing sat back, but I think that could cost them in the long run. I'm hoping it costs them in the long run. Firpo's just been skinned by a League One winger. and the ball goes into the striker and he has a shot and Meslier is able to catch it, but Firpo's just been... Right, I'm sorry, but I just made... a video came out last night. A video came out last night on the channel about left-backs. And in that video, I talked about the whole situation and that Firpo wasn't good enough. People have been getting at me in the comments saying that I'm too harsh on Firpo and stuff. He gets skinned all the time. And I said in one of my replies to those comments, Firpo, genuinely, it looks as though he doesn't know how to defend. Like he's never been taught the basics of defending, as in he doesn't know body shape. He doesn't know when and when not to go to the ball. He doesn't know when and when not to dive in. He literally doesn't know how to defend, and he's just shown it again by getting absolutely skinned by a League One winger. Like, seriously, it's like he's not good enough to play as a left back. Rob saying that Jesse just has a more modern approach. There's a reason why England loses at absolutely everything. Yeah, I mean, like Jesse's American, and people get at him for A, he's not getting results, and B, he's an American coach, but he's not playing. He's playing more of a German style than anything, and it's not exactly unheard of, is it? We just need to actually make sure that we get our finish our chances, and we'd be fine, and maybe defend a little bit better as well. But Rob Zini objects to that joke. He's the dad here, so stay off my turf. Yeah, turf. Yeah, I've learned from the master in my dad's jokes. It's absolutely terrible. And sometimes now we go to make the same joke at the same time, and I'm like, oh no, what have I become? But Firpo is outstanding in attack. He just cannot defend. It's bizarre because he's a tremendous athlete. Surely someone can teach him the fundamentals of defending. Yeah, exactly. He is good going forward, and I've never really doubted that. I genuinely think he's decent going forward. Much better than what Strauch is at going forward. And we saw that against Cardiff, and he created chances. But his defending just leaves too much to be desired. It's just awful. Oh, Vuba's just absolutely sliced that one, but it's gone back to Meslier. Ooh. Accrington player Coyle's just slid in on, is it Firpo? And it looks like he may have hurt him a little bit here. Oh no, it's Sinisterra. Yeah, it looks like a knee-to-knee sort of thing, or knee-to-thigh sort of thing. Oh no, right on the ankle from that other angle. Sometimes it's hard to see from those angles. I have a pen that writes underwater. Of course it can write other words as well. Seriously, Rob. Seriously. That's terrible. Meslier now with the ball. Sends it long to no one. It's weird. We like you can tell that our players have got so much more quality, but we look pretty even at the moment, although Sinisterra comes into the box, and great defending by the fullback there. Sinisterra's given about 3 fouls away now, and he's getting very frustrated. But when I was talking about the winger that skinned Firpo before, apparently, I think it was actually the full-back that skinned him, not the winger. But great ball from Rutter, chipped through to Sinisterra. Sinisterra cuts inside and does well, but then the full-back does really well to get in front of him, and Sinisterra ends up sort of tripping him instead. Goal kick then for Accrington's goalkeeper here. Puts his foot through it again, right up to the corner where a big lad gives a flick on into the corner for number 7. 7 puts it into the box, and it goes out for a goal kick. It looked like Vuba might have actually got a touch on that. It's weird when you watch a football game that's like professional, like Leeds are playing, and you can just see like the countryside behind a stand. It's like only the FA Cup, isn't it, that you get that. Rob saying it's 35 and as humid as a sauna in Brisbane. How how good would a cold, rainy day be? Yeah, I felt like that when me and my girlfriend went to Orlando in September, and it was just so hot and humid, and it was like rainy season, so it'd be hot for a while, well, hot for most of the day, like 32 for most of the day, and then at the end of the day it would just be thunderstorms, but like all the Americans are running inside to get away from the rain, and we were like, oh my god, thank god for this is cooled me right down. But at the moment it's freezing here, and if you used to watch the what's it called? The Midweek Fix on Just Joe's channel, where I was on that with LUFC Lewis and JT and Joe himself. My camera always used to overheat on it. And so now, even in this weather, I've literally got to keep the window of my office open. And I don't know how many degrees it is outside, but 7 degrees. I'm sure it's less than that. Yes, it's pretty cold in here. But I'd rather my camera stayed on than be warm, to be honest. Free kick here for Accrington then. Accrington Stanley, who are they? Yeah, Sinisterra and their right back are just having a battle all day long. Rob said, lol, I remember you chugging that water from that huge container. Yeah, well, actually, I put that in the dishwasher and it wasn't dishwasher safe and it melted. So I couldn't be using that one anymore. But like I said on one of my other streams, my girlfriend got me this for Christmas as just sort of like a jokey present. But it's now my office bottle, and they're one of those metal ones, so it keeps it cold. Not that it needs to keep it cold in this room because it's freezing. Ball into the box has been flicked on, but I think it's been given to Leeds as offside. I love the FA Cup. It reminds me of the fact every club can climb to the top. The people's game. Yeah, it is nice to see, isn't it? And even though Boreham Wood got knocked out by Accrington themselves last round, they do seem to always get into. Into the decent round of the FA Cup, and I don't really know how, because they don't win their league every season, so like they can't be that good compared to everybody else in their league, but somehow in the FA Cup they always do okay. But yeah, interestingly enough, this Jack Harrison to have a shot here. Oh, what a goal! Yes, absolutely, a moment of Premier League quality. What a goal from Jack Harrison. That's what I wanted. Get ahead early, and then we can just cruise now. What a goal. What a goal. When you said boom, Rob, was that when the goal went in? Because that was like 2 minutes before it went in on mine. Excellent, excellent goal. What a strike that is. Bamford just lays it off. I'm not sure if it's just a bad touch from Bamford, you know. It goes straight to Jack Harrison and bang. Straight in the bottom corner. Great finish. That's what we've been... people are saying that they're happy to see the back of Jack Harrison, but he's got that in the locker. Like, he really does have quality. Yeah, commentator saying as well, he got 10 goals last season. He's invaluable to us, I think. And even though he's not been in the best form this season, I think he's a really valuable player to have at Leeds United. I wouldn't let him go. Rutter's done well there. Good strength. Oh, excellent run by Rutter. Rutter's coming towards the box now. Oh, nearly a fantastic pass to Bamford there, and that is exactly what I was talking about in my video about Rutter. That is what he's capable of. That's so impressive, and something that we haven't really had. We've got Nonto that's got pace, but we haven't got somebody who's got pace and strength like Rutter. And that ball that he did into the box there, it didn't reach Bamford that time, but you will see Rutter play that ball so many times, left-footed and right-footed, right across the face of box in that corridor of uncertainty. That is really his specialty, that getting the ball, getting his head down, running past a player and putting it into the box like that. That was excellent from Rutter. That's exactly what he brings to the table. Ball goes all the way back to Koch, who's giving it into Mellier's feet. Nobody really around him. He's going to take his time here to take this. Bamford and Harrison are invaluable in these games against lower leagues. They're just that extra bit of quality, isn't it? Just when you need someone to, like, you can play young players, but sometimes you just need that extra bit of quality, and they provide that. Well, to be fair, the whole team today is a strong outfit. Jack Harrison's just got the ball again and tried to play it through for Bamford. I think Bamford may be offside here. Yeah, he is. But just that extra bit of quality that I have, and that includes Sinisterra as well. We've got some real quality in this side. So, like I said at the start, we should really be cruising to an easy victory, and we've gone 1-0 up now, so you'd expect it to only be more. But let's not completely jinx ourselves. Trying to see if there's anyone I know. Oh, there's that guy with the... just seeing the Leeds fans there. There's a guy with the Noel Gallagher haircut and a cagoule, and he goes to every Leeds game. So whenever I've been, I always walk past him outside the ground. I always see him there. Boom, even Joe will be happy about that, Martin saying, yeah. Great finish from Jack Harrison there, wasn't it? Unbelievable bit of finishing. And that's what I hope today is. It's a bit of, like the Cardiff one where we won 5-2, it's like a bit of a refresher. Rutter's picked up the ball there, done really well with it, and now he's driving with it into the Accrington half. Comes near the box and is fouled, but Rocker shoots. His shot is deflected just over the bar. Really good bit of driving play from Rutter again there. But yeah, I hope that that's what this game is. It's a bit of a confidence builder. It's a bit of a respite from the league, and it gives us a little bit of confidence and a bit of like, we can watch this game and there's not really any pressure, but it's still a competitive fixture. So it's nice to see that. Yeah, Rocker's shot there probably maybe would have snuck its way in, but great defending from the number 5 there, I think, and it's just been flicked over the bar. So corner to Leeds here. They've got a few big lads in there, so I'm not sure how good our set piece threat will be today, but we'll see. Greenwood into the box. It's come off an Accrington player, but Accrington have managed to get clear with it. And number 7's driving with it. He tried to get it all the way through, and they're counter-attacking here from our corner. This is exactly what Villa did to us. And Presley, who I only know his name because the commentator just said it, has had a shot, and Mellier saved it down to his right, but come on. How many times does this have to happen until we learn from our mistakes of letting people counter-attack up the entire pitch from a corner? Like, what do we have to do? Like, we've just let Accrington Stanley of League One run the entire pitch from our corner, and now they've got a corner. Ball into the box. Oh, they could have got that then, but it's just gone through everyone and out for a goal kick, I think. But bloody hell, we don't half make it hard for ourselves. That's what Jamie's saying in the chat, making hard work of this. We don't half make it hard for ourselves, do we? Bang in another one, and then you can start doing silly shit like that. Mellier then, getting ready to take this long goal kick. Sends it long. Christensen wins the header, but it only goes backwards. Now Harrison picks it up, gives it to Greenwood. Greenwood tries to flick it over, but it goes straight to an Accrington player. It's with the right back. Tries to take on Firpo, but Firpo defends it well, which we don't say very often. But when he does, give him his credit, he's now attacking. Firpo's got Sinisterra outside him, uses him. Sinisterra's on the touchline, about to cut inside to go towards the box. Puts it into the box for Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison tries a little dink through the gap, and Sinisterra wasn't on the same wavelength there. Hope that we can get a gap on the relegation zone. Rob saying the modern sports psychology approach did not evolve in leagues with relegation. The threat of relegation brings out the worst in fans and players. Yeah, it's like it brings out toxicity, doesn't it? And to be honest, with Rutter, Vuber, and if we can get McKennie as well, we should be far away from that relegation zone with the quality that we've got in this squad. So then you start to look at the manager and whether he's really got what it takes to get us out of this. I think he does. I think we've had a lot of bad luck this season, but that can only last so long before you start to say, is it bad luck or is it the manager? But I think with the quality that we have compared to some of the other teams and like the business that we've done in January, especially if we get McKennie, I think we should be far away from that relegation zone. I really do. So I'm hoping that starts soon and we go on a little bit of a run. And it needs to start with Forest. We need to start with 3 points against Forest, because getting any points out of Man United home and away is going to be a tough ask. Firpo takes a short free kick back to Vuba. Vuba carries it across and gives it into Robin Koch. Robin Koch, who of course is out of that Forest game because of the yellow card rule. Robin Koch tries to play that down the line, and Bamford's actually done really well to win that there. Rutter coming into the box. Rutter tries to pass it in. Oh! Great pass across the box, and Sinisterra is nearly there, but Rutter, I know it's only Accrington Stanley, but I'm really impressed with Rutter so far. Bamford did really well there, but when Rutter looks up, he gets his head up, plays a great ball across the box, and Sinisterra just can't quite get there, but I'm really impressed with Rutter so far, what he's doing. He's doing all the right things. Rob's saying that Jesse's fantastic with young players because he allows them to play without bringing fear. Play without fear. It's a magical formula for bringing out the best in players who have always had a revival approach. Yeah, I think he does do really well. I think that's why Nonto's come on leaps and bounds. I think signing people like Rutter, he's only 20. All of the players that he signed, you'd say bar Brendan Aronson, really, have come on leaps and bounds, the young ones. So I think he is good at coaching young players. But it just remains to be seen whether with this senior group he can actually get us results in the Premier League. Martin saying he's enjoying this solely on the basis of your commentary. I'm flattered. I've got no access to a stream anywhere I am unless I want an army of bots onto my hard drive. I remember when the FA Cup was fun. Yeah, that's bleak, isn't it? Where are you, Martin? It's on BBC One in Britain on iPlayer. But Accrington tried to get it in the box there, but it's cleared by Firpo. Now Sinisterra's got it, but Sinisterra's been dispossessed, and Firpo helps him out with a clearance. It goes to Bamford. Bamford with the ball inside our half, gives it out wide to Jack Harrison. Jack Harrison skips one challenge, skips two challenges, but eventually loses the ball to a crowd of Accrington players. But Leeds are pressing well here. And with a team like Accrington, you can see that pressing high up is going to cause them issues, just like it has there where they've had to lump in. It's gone all the way across the other side of the pitch for a Leeds throw. Rob saying he thinks Jesse will be great to get us to regular 6th to 10th in the league. By that time, we'll be hitting Europe and need to look for a world-class manager. Yeah, I don't even know if he's that good, to be honest. I'm happy with him at the moment because I don't think there's really anyone better, and I think I enjoy the way we attack and the way we press. I think that's exciting. We just need to clean up that defensive. Bamford had a shot there, but the keeper was able to take that one. I think he's good enough to keep us in the Premier League, but I don't think he's good enough to even get us top 10, to be honest. I think we need to start looking at a different manager unless we can provide him with a lot better of quality of player, then maybe he might get top 10 finishes. But at the moment, it looks like he's just sort of a keep you in the league manager. Oh, Greenwood tried to play Bamford in there, but his pass was cut out, and Accrington now are trying to break down the other side. But Melee comes out and sends it, I think, out of the stadium, which gets a big way from the crowd, especially the Leeds fans. .33 minutes in then here, and Leeds are winning 1-0 thanks to an excellent strike by Jack Harrison. But it's not been as comfortable as you'd think. We've let them have counter-attacks that we really shouldn't have let them, off corners and things. And we kind of do need to get another goal here just to settle things down before they do. Throw in here from Accrington Stanley. I'm pretty sure that was a foul throw, but Accrington have got it on the edge of the box, curls it in, and then Melier spills it, and Firpo's able to clear it. I'm guessing that was why you said Firpo to the rescue, Rob. Long ball here forward from Accrington. Rasmus does well there, does really well because he keeps the ball in as well, then gives it to Rutter, who can now try and break down the right-hand side. Rutter looking for options here, cuts inside. Plays a lovely ball into Patrick Bamford. Bamford's brought down from behind in the box and it's not been given as a penalty. I don't know, it looked soft, but Sinisterra has a shot. Oh, it hits the post. This is what I'm talking about with that extra level of quality that we've got. We've got a player who can just shape up like that and just go, all right, bang. It's the post. Unbelievable shot. Jack Harrison in the box. Goes all the way through everyone, and Accrington are able to clear again, but Leeds are putting the pressure on here. Rutter can't win that header, and it drops to the Accrington right back. Leeds win the ball, and it's given as nothing. It's play on. It looked like it might have been a foul. Leeds just stroking the ball about here. Gives it into Rutter, Rasmus. Rutter down the right-hand side. Tries to cut inside and loses the ball, but then fouls his player as well. It must be weird being a League One player who's pretty... Must be like a pretty normal life. Not earning a lot of money, but not Premier League money. And then you come up against Jorginho Rutter, who's a £35 million 20-year-old who's just signed for a Premier League Leeds from a German side, and and then you have a little scrap with him, and it's like it just must be a bit strange. Rob saying Paramount Plus doesn't allow me to sync my match clock for some reason. What I do is, and especially, well, I suppose it's not really the same thing for you because you're from Australia, but Cock was turned badly there by his counterpart, but Rutter is breaking with the ball now and plays it a lovely pass out wide to Sinisterra. I'm loving Rutter today. Sinisterra cuts inside. Sinisterra is tackled. The ball drops. Bamford shoots. And it goes to the goalkeeper. Then Bamford's tripped, and it's not given as a penalty. Bamford's laughing his head off there. But all I was going to say is that I just use a VPN to watch it as if I was in America when I can't get the stream. And then if I was somewhere else, I could use the VPN to say that I was in England to watch iPlayer because it's free on iPlayer. Yeah, the goalkeeper got a touch to that Sinisterra shot, that excellent one that hit the post. Number 4 is going to shoot for Accrington. Melier saves down to his right. Accrington are attacking again then. Greenwood manages to smash it clear, but it only goes to an Accrington player. And now the right back's got it. Number 14 down the right-hand side against Harrison and Firpo. Puts it across the box and Greenwood's able to clear it. The ball's gone back to him again, though, and then Leeds have got it back again. Firpo's just been absolutely steamrollered there. Six months on the sideline for Firpo after that, maybe. He did look like he took a hefty whack there. It's got to be a yellow card, I think. Yeah, he's giving him one. Coyle. He just nailed him. Ooh. Yeah, he's absolutely nailed Firpo there. Doesn't matter if he catches him, Martin Keown. It matters if he absolutely nailed him. Phil Bailey saying, what do you think? Any relation to Rob Bailey above you? What do you think of the rumour that McKennie deal will be a loan and obligation to buy if Leeds stay up? That seems like it's to Leeds' benefit. Yeah, so I think what it is that Juventus were asking for 35 million from McKennie, and Leeds were asking to pay 28 million and they couldn't agree. So they said, well, why don't we do a loan and then you can pay more in the summer? So that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a 6-month loan and then Leeds are going to make the deal permanent in the summer for probably the full price, which, I mean, that's fine. I'd be happy with that. I just want to get McKennie in the door because I think he'd be excellent. Corner here from Greenwood only goes to the first man. and it's come out to Rutter though. Rutter gives it into Meslier at the back. Harrison's come almost as the centre-back to receive the ball, and he's been told to go away by Meslier. Meslier plays a long one towards Rasmus Christensen, and him and McConville, something like that, is battling it away in that corner. And it's gone for a Leeds throw, I think. I really felt for Firpo against Cardiff. Rob saying when that goal was saved through a handball. Yeah, I did. I was fuming about that. You can see on my stream. I kept calling that player Bagan or whatever it was. I was calling him a slug, cheating little slug, because he ruined Firpo's moment. And it would have been a lot easier that game if we'd have just scored that goal. Accrington's goalkeeper has picked up the ball here, and he's going to send it long, I think. I don't think you'll see Accrington going short at any point today. Rocker with the ball now. I think it's gone for an Accrington throw. Keenan Van Zyl is saying Bamford is slow. Actually, Bamford isn't slow. I think it's just I genuinely think it's just his running style that makes him look slow. Bamford genuinely isn't a slow player. He was, in our first season back up, I think he was clocked as our fastest player in the whole squad. Was Bamford the first season up, and he just looks slow. But when he gets in behind, like when you think about the goals that he scored in that season, when he got in behind against Leicester, against Chelsea, in other games like that, nobody caught him. Nobody would ever catch up with Bamford. I think people think he's a little bit slower than he actually is. Oh, accidental flick from Sinisterra has gone through to Jack Harrison, Jack Harrison puts it towards the back post where Rasmus Christensen's waiting. Rasmus shoots. Oh! Goes straight across the face of goal and nobody can get on the end of it. Rasmus thinks the goalkeeper's touched it. I don't think he did, but it was a good strike and a good effort. Someone should have been anticipating that would go across the face of goal and get a touch on it. I don't think he really got a touch on that. Keenan saying that Rutter looks amazing. Yeah, it's only Accrington Stanley, and we've got to remember that. But the patterns of play and like the movements that he makes, the way he picks up the ball, the way that he passes it, and the way that he gets it into the strikers, I'm so impressed with. I think he's excellent in that role behind the striker. I think he'd probably be good as a striker as well, but I think he's looked brilliant. I hope he starts against Forest. I'd like this another goal. This pitch will be a quagmire by full time. Yeah, like we were saying before, weren't we? This is the sort of pitch that they're used to playing on, and they'll actually probably get better as it gets more cut up, because they'll probably just be playing long ball still. So really, we need to get the ball down, get another goal before half time, and then we kind of don't need to worry as much. A poor surface really levels the playing field. Well, actually, it literally doesn't level the playing field. It does the opposite. Firpo then to take this throw-in. Bamford trying to win against the number 5, but it's gone back to Sinisterra here. Sinisterra looking up. Should have really played it to Harrison there, but he's lost out. And now the ball's gone long. But Firpo and Vuba between them have managed to get the ball back. Is that a dad joke? Yes, it is. Meslier is going to take the ball here for a goal kick. So we're nearly at half-time here. 1-0 to Leeds after an excellent Jack Harrison strike. But we do need to think about getting another goal, because like we've all said in the chat, it's going to get worse for us because the pitch is going to get slowly more and more cut up. Why is a Accrington's player trying to start on Bamford? Bamford's just laughing it off. But farm? Sounds like saying farm with a lisp. But farm, for some reason, is starting on Bamford. Apparently elbowed him. I just heard Bamford say effing daft twat to that Accrington player. I watched the Apple documentary on the Super League. My chest puffed out when they rafted Leeds being instrumental in the protest. Yeah, I remember that, and Leeds wore Earn It tops, didn't they, with the Champions League logo on them, Earn It or whatever. And then there was protests as well, weren't they? And we were the first ones to play a game after it got announced. So Accrington have got a free kick here near the corner flag, and they're going to try and put it into Leeds' box. Somebody tried to have a shot, and then it's flicked on, and then Bamford able to clear, and then the ball bounces right through to Meslier, luckily. So we've just got 1 minute left of added time then. Well, 30 seconds actually now. Meslier is going to roll it out to Sam Greenwood. Sam Greenwood looks up and gives it to Vuber, who plays a first-time ball out to Christensen. Christensen down the line to Jorginho Rutter. Rutter's looking to play a pass now to Sam Greenwood, and he tries to play an outside of the foot pass, and it really didn't come off. I think Rutter's going to come out with a fresh shirt in the second half, because his one at the moment has just got mud all down the front of it. So Accrington to take a goal kick then here, and I'm pretty sure the halftime whistle will go as soon as that happens. And he's taking it. And it's half-time. Let's just make sure that we get rid of that timer. Start this timer. There we go. Let me just check that that's the right one. 45:01, that's it. So, half-time here at the WHAM Stadium. Leeds are 1-0 up through an excellent Jack Harrison strike from about 25 yards, 30 yards out. Sinisterra had one that hit the post. Rasmus had one that went right across the face of goal. Leeds have had a few other shots in this game. But it's looking good for Leeds at the moment. But like we said, we need to get another goal before it goes on. Oh, I've just literally seen somebody on the telly that I know from the Leeds bus. But yes, Leeds are 1-0 up. What do we think about the... tell you what, I'm quickly going to go for a half-time break. I'll literally be about 30 seconds. When I get back, I want to see what you guys think about either the transfer window, the game so far, and our chances for the rest of the season, that sort of thing. So when I come back, we can discuss all that sort of thing. So I am just going to go to the toilet, and I'll be back in a second. Hi, I am back. Where were we? Oh, there you go, Alex. Alex Whittaker saying, you can tell that Sinisterra is rusty and Firpo and Rutter looks good, just needs to settle. I'd say Firpo has to come off. I don't think I don't think Firpo's been horrendous, to be honest. I think it's probably a good chance for him to get 90 minutes in the locker. I don't think... I think he's made some okay clearances and sort of, not game saving, but good challenges and tackles to get the ball away. But I don't think he's good enough for the Premier League. But I do just think that he needs time to settle into this game a little bit. But I just still don't think he's good enough for the Premier League. It's easy for me to say, but the biggest attraction to Leeds for me is that we're a real club with real fans. Rob saying, yeah, wherever we go, we make a loud noise. Wherever we go, we take plenty of people. And it's actually a meme that Leeds would have taken more, just because there's so many, fans, and we just take them to every game. And it's unbelievable being in the crowd at Ellen Road. If you ever get a chance to, any people that haven't before, it's just so good being in the crowd at Ellen Road. You really feel like you're part of something bigger. I like saying their keeper Savin actually seems decent. Is his name Savin? Is their goalkeeper's name Savin or Savin? Because that would be unbelievable. Grumpy old man saying, came here from Just Joey, far too emotional for me. Yeah, I think, Joe's up and down a bit in terms of his emotions, which I think we all do at times, don't we, when we get involved in football. I'm trying to be... I think especially in this game, because it's not a Premier League game, I can be a lot more level-headed about it, because at the end of the day, if we don't go out, it doesn't actually really matter, but it gives us a chance to talk about the sort of things that we should be doing better in the Premier League if we can't even do them here. Shelley saying... we seem to have a serious issue with being able to pass the ball to each other. It seems like a recurring theme with this team. There's been moments in this first half where we've had moments of real quality with our passing, and I'd say that comes from Harrison trying to pass the ball down the line into Sinisterra, and Rutter getting the ball into the box and getting the ball to some of his other striking partners. I think those have been the real quality moments and the players who have done the best in that. But yeah, there are other players who are struggling to string a pass together sometimes, and you just think, just get a bit of confidence behind you and just, I know it's easier said than done, but just pass the ball to your teammates. It's not that hard. But like you say, that does need to improve. But I think overall we've been better than Accrington Stanley, which is not much to say, but the chances that we have given them have been a bit worrying, because one of them was from the same thing that Villa scored against us with, which was just running back off our corner. They ran the whole length of the pitch. So yeah, it is a bit worrying in that sense. Lee Waters saying these kind of games suffocate as you play against scrappy teams and they bring us down to that level. Yeah, although I think Brentford played more defensively than what Accrington are playing, and we struggled to break them down, and they did that to us. But I think this one we have had glimmers, especially from Rutter and Sinisterra and Harrison. It has seemed like we've had glimmers where we could have been 2 or 3-0 up at half time, and really without their goalkeeper making that unbelievable save from Sinisterra's shot, we should be 2-0 up. So yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I think we probably should be a couple of goals up in this game. Alex Witter said it's Savin, not Savin, but it was amazing if his name was. Yeah, they used it for the BBC Sport analysis, I think, saying that Savin or Savin Accrington. But yeah, imagine if he was actually called Saving. KD's saying that's from Adams being out. Yeah, and that makes a massive difference. Although I don't think Greenwood's been bad, it's just that Adams is so much better. Adams is unbelievable in there, and he makes a massive difference no matter what team we're playing, which is also, I think, why we need Weston McKennie, because I think Weston McKennie could also play in a double pivot and do the Tyler Adams role. But if Tyler Adams is out, we haven't really got a like-for-like, anyone that can do the job that he does. So I think if we bring McKennie in, we've got more options in there, in that if we have one of them out, we've still got a strong, powerful, tackling midfielder who can drive with the ball and bring us up the pitch. So I think it's really important that we get McKennie done, to be honest. I think he makes us so much better as an entire team. I like saying we always want to make the worldie pass instead of playing the simple one and keeping the ball. Yeah, I think it's tempting as well against somebody like Accrington Stanley to try and do that, because you can see that they're not the best team in the world and that there's gaps that open up when you play against them. And so you kind of need to chill yourself out a bit and not think, oh, I just want to play the worldie passing behind every time, which, to be fair, they haven't done every time, but they have played some good passes that have led to chances. So, yeah, I think maybe we just need to get another goal and that just settles us down completely. Phil Bailey saying Cine looks far fitter this week because it's going to be a real problem for fitting Cine, Rutter, Rodrigo, Willie and Bamford into 3 positions. Yeah, but I think that's a good problem to have, isn't it? Because like I've said before, people are like, oh, how is this player going to get a game? And how's this player going to get a game? What I think it does is it allows us then to have options and say we were playing against Forest and they're more defensive against us and they're not going to let us have let me start again. They're not going to let us have as much space. You're then thinking, well, that maybe is a game for Rutter and Sinisterra to play with Bamford up front. But when there's a little bit more space, you might want to play Nonto, Somerville and Rodrigo up against Man United, say, if they'd come out and try and attack us. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, there's different games for different players, and I think that makes a difference who we should be playing. Jamie saying, why can't we play simple football? Should be all of these. We're making them look good. Yeah, they've certainly had more attacks than I would have liked to have seen. But when we've had the attacks, we do look dangerous and we do look. But that's never really been our problem. It's the defensive side of things that's an issue. And I think defensively we've left a bit to be desired today. Most of the time we've been fine and we've got them out of there. But we've had a few pretty close calls and it needs to not be like that because it's Accrington Stanley, so what we're going to do when we come up against decent attackers. Stryer, mate, is saying having at least one centre defensive stay at the CD. How do you mean centre back? Stay at the back for our corner attempts would be good. We are badly exposed even against Accrington. Yeah, we certainly need to leave one more player at least back there, or just position ourselves better because we always seem to get caught out on that. You kind of need to give them a little bit more space, like if they're faster than us, give them a couple of yards and then you can make the decision to go and get the ball when you need to. But really, we shouldn't be getting caught on the counter-attack like that, should we? They're just showing the highlights of the Man City game versus Arsenal, and Nketiah just missed a sitter, which was last night, wasn't it? Nathan Ake scored the winner, and I think Zinchenko was having fights with his old teammates at halftime. The contrast is stark. I was just watching the highlights of that game, and it's like a beautiful plush green grass pitch, and then the stadium is all big and is all professional around it, and then it just cuts back, and we're just playing on a grey pitch with a tiny stadium where you can see new build houses behind them. So it's a bit of a contrast to where we're playing today, but Arsenal are out of the FA Cup, so that's one less team to worry about if we do go through in this game. Excuse me. I genuinely think, like, I'm not even tired, and people are always like, oh, you must be tired, mate, because I always yawn. But I genuinely think I'm not tired. It's just that when you talk for this long, like, eventually it just makes you yawn or need a drink. I don't know what is happening with that big hole in my hair today. But yeah, I think it just eventually makes you yawn or need a drink, which I'm going to do both now. We've got 42 people in the chat. If anybody's not liked the stream yet, hit that like button down below because it really helps me out, and I think it helps. I think, because I don't know for 100%, I think it helps it get the stream out to more people. So let's try and get that up to 40. Yeah, I think it helps it get out to more people for some reason. We're actually trying to hit 5k subscribers this year, which I didn't realise. In my first year, I gained about 500 subscribers in the entire year. And in my second year, I've gained about 3,600 or something like that. So sometimes it just takes off a lot quicker. And I think genuinely that we could hit 5k this season by the end of the year, especially, actually, not this season, when it gets to summer, because everybody loves the transfer videos, don't they? And I love making them as well. I think it's my favourite time when it's either the January transfer window or the summer one. Kevin Goldfarb saying thanks for all the great content. Yeah, thanks for watching it. I enjoy making it, like I say, especially I like doing live watch-alongs because if I'm not at the game, then I may as well be doing something on the channel for it. And at least if I get to talk to people, like-minded people about the content, about Leeds, whilst I'm watching the game, then that's always good. And it takes my anxiety away a little bit from thinking about Leeds losing. But yeah, I enjoy doing the research and making the transfer content at the moment. I really enjoyed that McKennie one. I think that's the best one I've made for a while. But sod's law, it does worse than some of the other ones. But yeah, I enjoyed making that McKennie one. I enjoy making the transfer video. So probably in the summer might be when I hit 5k. With plenty more transfer videos, but should be a big summer for Leeds United. We've got 42 people in the chat and 42 likes, so that's excellent. Thank you everybody for liking it. But yes, in the summer, I feel like that's when we're gonna be bought fully by the 49ers, and that's probably when the investment is gonna start a bit more heavily. I think if we invest in the summer in the right way, we could definitely be a lot better than we are this season. And if McKennie's made permanent in the summer, if we get him in on loan, if he's made permanent in the summer and we're able to get a few more quality players in, some defenders mainly, I think we could be excellent next season, and maybe not as good as what Newcastle have done, but certainly have a little bit of a run at the top 10. I think it's a possibility anyway. Chris Fox saying, hi Max, good to see some shots from outside the box. Haven't seen much of that this season. Yeah, I've said this before as well, that we kind of sometimes accuse Leeds of trying to walk the ball into the back of the net, but it's good to see that they're getting their heads up and having a shot. And even Rodrigo was doing it against Brentford. He was getting his head up, trying to step outside a player and having a shot from the edge of the box. And Harrison's obviously had his shot, which was an excellent strike. And then obviously Sinisterra's hit the post as well. We're about to kick off for the second half. Sinisterra's hit the post as well. And I think, yeah, just having a little bit of a crack from the outside of the box in the FA Cup is a good time to try it when you're playing against opposition like Accrington Stanley from League One. So Leeds are about to kick off in the second half. Pete saying, is Firpo impressing you enough to play next game? No, I genuinely, people say that Struijk's terrible because he's not fast enough, but I genuinely think sometimes I would rather him stay back and play as a third centre-back than as an attacking midfielder. We are underway in the second half, as you can see above me. Let me just... sorry. I don't think Firpo's good enough to play in the Premier League. I genuinely don't. I would rather have Struijk there and him be a more defensive-minded player. Because Firpo, I think he's good going forward, but I just anybody will skin him. Ball into the box from Accrington. It's come to the back post, and I think Robin Koch may have blocked that, or the Accrington player just shot over the bar. But that's worrying. The fact that that's just dropped to him right. It's so frustrating. That was like lucky that the ball got to him. But we're not even 1 minute into the second half and we've already conceded a chance that in the Premier League, you probably concede that goal, which is just Leeds in a nutshell at the moment. We don't switch on from half-time. We've been let off because he's obviously panicked and saw his name in lights. But it's pathetic, really, that we get into these positions where we can concede right after half-time. We just need... Yeah, Jesse Marsh is shaking his head, and I can't bemoan him for that because I don't think it's really his fault. Leeds players should be so much more switched on than they are. You always know that someone's going to be hanging out at the back post, so just mark that space. Yeah, like I just said, Phil, like you just said as well, another chance given away at the back post. They know that that's an issue. They know because they concede most of their goals through it. So just check your shoulder, have a look, and go and mark that space. Rasmus should have been there. Sinisterra now with the ball. Let's just get another goal and we can calm down a little bit. Ball into Mark Rocker. Mark Rocker tries a nice little turn, but the ball is taken off him, and now Accrington are trying to attack. Rutter closing down the left back. The left back's played a good ball through everyone, but Harrison's managed to clear up and send it down the line towards Bamford, who's not going to get there. And the Accrington goalkeeper, Savin, is able to clear it the whole length of the pitch, right to Meslier, who brings it down and looks to play again. Yes, bit of a weird one, this. We went 1-0 up through an excellent strike, but we don't really look like we're in the ascendancy. We kind of look like they're getting back into the game, and that's not the way it should be. Rutter brought down there, but not adjudged to be a free kick. Number 11's played it forward, a nice flick on, and Mellier's made an excellent save, and then the striker who had the terrible shot before has now hit it way wide. Straight down the middle, straight over everyone, and Mellier's had to come out to the striker's feet. He's offside anyway, but Robin Koch was out of position. It's worrying me, this. It's worrying me because why are we doing this against Accrington Stanley? Harrison's goal should have a few million to the price, Pete, saying, yeah, I was saying before when he scored it, that's why I don't think we should sell him. I think he's got that in the locker at any time. And I just think that he scored 10 goals last season, and he got some assists in the season before. I think he scored around 10 goals as well. So, like, you can't just sell him. I think he's actually a really good, experienced player in this side. Yeah, Bamford's just had an absolute knee through the back, and it looks like a little bit of revenge from that farm. Rutter's just been brought down on the edge of the box, and it's not a foul, apparently. Jack Turner saying Greenwood and Rocker a liability in the middle. We need Weston bad. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Somebody mentioned that it's because we don't have Tyler Adams, which I totally agree with. But I think that what's his face, McKennie could definitely help us out in being that Tyler Adams replacement when Tyler Adams isn't available. I would want Tyler Adams and Weston McKennie to play together for the most part, but if Adams isn't available, McKennie can certainly fill that slot. I think Rutter was brought down there on the edge of the box. He was pulled over by his shirt, and then he's still down now. So I think he may have taken a little bit of a kick to the back of the head there. Or a knee, maybe in the back of the head, which is never good, because that's concussion territory you're into there. Bring back Calvin for 20 million. Tell you what, it wouldn't be a bad bit of business, would it? Sell him for bloody... How much did we sell him for in the end? 50. Sell him for 50, buy him back for 20. You've made 30 million and you get the player. Rutter's going off here. Not permanently. It looks like he's just getting checked out and then he's going to be brought back on again in a second. Apparently, the owner of Accrington Stanley said that the proceeds from today's game are 10% of their annual turnover, which is how big the FA Cup is for these lower league sides. Can you imagine the amount of difference it makes to somebody like Boreham Wood, non-league teams as well, who obviously this being on the telly, the ticket sales, everything like that. Accrington have got a long throw in here. It's thrown into the box and Mellier's spilt it. They shoot and it's just gone wide and it's gone out for a goal kick. Leeds are doing everything they can to throw this away. Jack saying, do you think Calvin is truly happy with the money and setting himself up financially, or do you think he regrets it now with basically no playing time, and Pep obviously doesn't like him? Yeah, the thing is about Calvin, he could have gone to some other teams. I know Man United were interested in him. He said he would never do that. The reason that he wanted to go to Man City wasn't money. He said, I know it's what he says, but I think I believe him in this case. He just wanted to win titles because he's good enough. I think he just wanted to win titles, and that's the only reason he would leave Leeds, to win titles, which is why he would only go to Man City. And he wanted to play under Pep because of the Bielsa-Pep connections. I think that's the only reason he goes. And maybe eventually he might be a good player for them. But at the moment, it just doesn't look like he is getting a game at all and is in favour at all. So I think at the moment he probably is regretting it, because although... And Man City might not even win the league this season either, so he might have gone, not won the league, and then had to leave again. But I would love to have him back. I mean, I'm just going to turn my camera around a second. That is how much I love Calvin Phillips. Let me just put that straight again. Trying to just put me in the middle of it so you can see me. But yeah, I would love to have Calvin back, because at least I wouldn't have a Man City player on my wall then. But no, but seriously, I would want him back. I don't know how well he fits into this system, but Marsh isn't going to be here forever. But maybe he could play more of a number 8 role. I think he did that really well in the Euros. But yeah, be interesting to see. Bamford trying to get in here, and the goalkeeper's absolutely sliced that. It's gone out for a Leeds throw. Jack saying you can't come back overweight. Pep won't accept it at a minimum. I can't tell if Pep doesn't rate him or is still punishing him. I think it's a bit of both. But then the thing is, Pep's probably got the same exacting weight regime that Bielsa had, and Phillips might not have come back really fat. He might have been just slightly over. And it's a really tough regime to keep under. And obviously he didn't get that much playing time in the World Cup. So... yeah, I don't know what really goes on behind the scenes. Rob's saying that I got one of those statues of Calvin, still trying to figure out how to ship it to Straya. Where is it at the moment? Latest score, Walsall 0, Leicester 0. So we're doing better than Leicester are doing. Oh, someone's just missed a penalty in that game. I didn't actually... hear who it was in the... was it Leicester or Walsall that missed a penalty? Come on, Leeds. Let's get another one. Just settle things down. Then we could just cruise to a victory then if we do that. Bamford with a little flick around the corner. Sinisterra tried to head it across, but wasn't able to get it to Rutter. Rocker tries to get it back to Harrison. Harrison now with the ball up against 3 players. Does a nice little flick down the line to Firpo, but Firpo isn't able to get there. Dundee, Scotland. I was there the year before last as part of a Scotland road trip. Stayed in Dundee for a few days. It's a nice city. Jack's been our best player so far. Chris Fox is saying, yeah, I like Jack Harrison. I don't know why people are calling for him to go or saying that they want him to go to fund other transfers. I think we need to keep Harrison. I think he's really valuable. If Arsenal, Newcastle and Leicester have all been in for him at some point. Now, Leicester aren't doing that well at the moment, but they're no mugs. They don't just sign idiots. Or bad players, should I say, not idiots. But I do think that... it means that there's something in him. He's got something, hasn't he? Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying to sign him. But yeah, I think Harrison's definitely a valuable player, and I would definitely like to keep him. Rob saying quotes of £100 to ship it. Oh, Rutter tries to bicycle kick, and for some reason it's given as a free kick to Accrington Stanley. I don't know if it was a high foot or an offside or what. Weston just official 15 seconds ago. Now I know you're trying to trigger me to look. I'm going to look anyway just in case, but I know that it's not official, because why would they do that during a game? But they would never ever announce something during a game. But oh, okay. I mean, it's a Fabrizio Romano tweet saying that it's official, but it's not the club officially announcing it yet, but the deal has been agreed, apparently. My brother's put, this is god awful. My brother's just put in our family group chat, this is god awful. We are losing this. Playing hoofball. Firpo should retire with immediate effect and march out. I think that's a bit dramatic, but we do need to sort of get another goal and stop being so flaky at the back. I didn't actually read the tweet from Romano, so just so anybody who hasn't seen it can see it. There it is. Leeds will pay 1.2 million loan fee. Deal will include option to buy clause for 33 million plus add-ons. Leeds president Radrizzani unlocked the deal with Juventus last night. McKennie has agreed personal terms with Leeds. That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. Rasmus gets the ball down here. Gives it into Greenwood. Greenwood to Rutter. Nice little interplay here. Rutter now with a chance to drive. Tries to play it into the box. Bamford nearly gets there after Sinisterra can't quite. And it's cleared again by Accrington. And now Accrington are going to try and counter-attack. And it's going to be a free kick against Rutter for putting a tiny little hand on Elvis Presley. I'm assuming that's his first name if his last name is Presley. But yes, Jack, I've seen the tweet now. I just put it on the screen as well. He should be official, so it should be announced once he's done his medical and stuff. I don't think he'll have done a medical yet, so he'll have to fly to England and sort his medical out before it's announced. So it might not be announced until tomorrow or the day after, potentially, actually. But yes, Accrington have got a free kick then. Back to the game. Accrington have got a free kick on the halfway line in the 59th minute. Long ball wide, and it's gone over everybody and gone out for a Leeds throw-in. If this was non-league football, or as in amateur football that I played, they'd be going, pin him in, lads, pin him in. As in only Accrington players get up and not let Leeds get out of their defending third from the throw-in. But Leeds have managed to get all the way up into Accrington's half straight away. It's going to be a throw-in to Rasmus Christensen. Definitely the touchlines are the place where the pitch is cut up the most. So maybe that's why Mash wants to play narrow. Robin Koch battling. There's about 4 players have just fallen over each other, and now a ball's been played down the line, but the ball's gone out for a throw-in, and it was offside anyway. Home cooking by the refs. Officiating is terrible. Yeah, I don't really know what. I can see Jesse Marsh saying what the F and stuff. Yeah, the officiating's not been great, has it? There's been a lot of things where, I mean, we probably should have had a penalty in the first half, a couple of free kicks where we've just been dragged down, but there's no VAR, is there? So that's what it's like. That's what it's like in the old days before technology. Maybe we don't all hate VAR as much. We might have had a couple of penalties. Now the ball's with Rutter on the left-hand side. Tries to play a ball over everyone into Bamford, and it's just too high for him. The ball's come back to Firpo. Firpo into Rutter. Rutter looking up now. Giving it back to Greenwood. Greenwood plays a long ball across wide into Rasmus in the box. The ball's to Bamford. Bamford shoots. Side netting. Good little bit of play there by Leeds. Really good little bit of play. I'm happy with that. Apart from the fact it didn't go in the back of the net. Great ball from Sam Greenwood into Rasmus Christensen. Christensen heads it across to Bamford. Bamford's touch is a little bit heavy, and then his right-footed shot hits the side netting. Keenan saying he's okay if it goes both ways, but when it's obvious. Yeah, I mean, there's a few decisions where you're like, are you just favouring them because they're a small side and we're a Premier League side? And also, excuse me, everybody hates Leeds, apart from Leeds fans who love Leeds. God, that was a bit Brent. Rutter picks up the ball and manages to ping it out wide to Sinisterra. Sinisterra looks like he's being held there a lot, but manages to retain possession and give the ball to Harrison. Sinisterra the ball again. Goes back to Vuba, who apparently is now called Vuba. Plays it down the line to Rutter. Rutter into the box. Rutter's taking it around the goalkeeper, but the defender's able to clear it. Don't know if that was maybe offside, but Rutter didn't quite manage to get his shot off. They played, don't forget as well, Accrington Stanley played 120 minutes midweek against Boreham Wood to try and get through to this round. So their stamina and their fatigue may be coming into play a little bit later into this game, or from now, to be honest. For the last 30 minutes, I feel like they are going to be a little bit more tired, and maybe gaps start to open up at the back. Sinisterra with the ball. Sinisterra's managed to run through. Sinisterra into the box, shoots. He should have played it to Rutter. What are you doing, Sinisterra? That was greedy. Rutter was wide open at the back post and he just didn't pass it to them. Sinisterra, look up there and just pass it to Rutter. Rutter was free. I know you haven't scored in a while because you've been injured and stuff and you want to get your confidence back, but he's just leant back and put it over the bar. Just pass it to Rutter. Just pass it to Rutter. That's all you needed to do. He would have got his debut goal. Come on, Cine, do something now. Redeem yourself. Done well to keep the ball there, giving it to Robin Koch. Robin Koch tries to chip it into Rasmus Christensen, who gets the ball to Greenwood, and Greenwood just flicks it without looking, and it goes to a Accrington player, and now it's an Accrington throw-in. There's 51 people currently in the chat. If just 4 of you could like it, we'll get to 50 likes, and I'll be happy then. I'll be a happy man. LUFC 210 saying, per Romano, McKennie to Leeds, here we go. Yes, we just talked about that. McKennie will be an excellent addition to this side, and I think when Adams isn't in, it would be an excellent option to have McKennie, because I think he provides the same sort of power, pace and tenacity in there. Hey, 50 likes. Thank you, everyone. Leeds really need to get another goal here. If there has been a goal, then... if there has been a goal and anybody's ahead of me, don't put it in the chat, because then there won't be any sort of natural reaction to... so now I know that we've scored. I'm going to be like, oh, we've scored, so please don't do that in future. It's all right, mate. Yeah, it's just better, obviously, isn't it, if I see it live. Rocker plays it into Harrison's feet. Harrison looking for Firpo on the left-hand side. I'm commentating even though I know that this has gone in. Bamford, and then runs on, flicks it into Firpo's feet. Firpo, goal! Hey, lovely finish with his weak foot. Look how happy the fans are for him. Oh, how wholesome. How wholesome. Someone drive over and put some newspaper onto JT. Oh, God, he'll be going on about this for years, won't he? Firpo scored against Accrington Stanley, suddenly the best left-back in the world. Oh, look at his little face. His little moustache is quivering. Great ball by Bamford. Yeah, Bamford does like a little scoop pass, doesn't he? And then curls it with his weak foot. You can see all the fans how happy they were for him. What a wholesome moment in the FA Cup. Firpo is such a... Yeah, he seems like a nice bloke, doesn't he? And look how happy he is to get that goal and puts it in with the bottom corner with his right foot and everybody's happy. That'll settle everything down as well. And yes, we've not been excellent at the back today and it's been a bit worrying at times. Oh, I take it back. Firpo did a stupid dance. Yeah, Leeds have been a bit worrying at times at the back, but really... It's the FA Cup, and I'm trying not to worry about stuff like that today because, really, it's just the magic of the FA Cup. It doesn't really matter if we go out. We're obviously probably going to win now, which is obviously great, but, yeah, ball across the box to Rutter. Rutter into the box, tries to keep it in and only gives it straight to the goalkeeper. Oh, scoreboard. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. There we go. Sorry about that. Sometimes I forget. There we go. 2-0 to Leeds. J. Firp Dog with a right-footed finish. That is... That is his, as well, his redemption for having his goals saved against Cardiff. Harrison now with the ball. Harrison with a chance to put the box. Oh, I think he should have played it first time. Ball into Bamford. Oh, Sinisterra's bagged it. 3-0. I'll have to change the scoreboard again already, Rob. 3-0. Sinisterra gets his goal. Cinny, a man after midnight. Well done, Leeds. 3-0. Comfortable now, and we can just relax and not worry so much. Cini right before he's subbed off. Oh, who's he coming off for? I haven't seen that. Sinisterra. Although we got the goal in the end and it was good, I think Harrison, if he'd have played it first time into Rutter would have got his debut goal, and it would have been great. He got some good drone shots of this game, actually. I saw one in the first half of Harrison's goal, and then Harrison's got a goal and an assist in this game and done really well. So yeah, I'm happy with Harrison, and I would like to keep him. Who's it? Mateo Joseph coming on. Nice ball from Rocker. Oh, it's Rodrigo coming on. I just saw the sort of like curly, fluffy hair on the top of his head and thought it might have been Mateo Joseph. Long ball forward here from Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Ball over to the left-hand side, and Rasmus is able to clear. So it's gone straight to an Accrington player, but Rodrigo's picked it up and tried a Trivella through ball to Bamford. It doesn't quite get there. What's Greenwood doing? What do you mean, what's Greenwood doing? I mean, maybe I haven't got to that bit. Yeah, I'm there in the game, so if your time is ahead of me, I might not have got to it. We need to not concede in this game. And if we do, then it's worrying because we just concede in every game we play. Oh, Green was just giving away a free kick. Nice to get a clean sheet. Good feelings all round. Yeah. Hopefully, if we get a clean sheet, it's real. Oh yeah. Good shout, Jack Turner. Still no goal with Vuber on the pitch. That is a record that I'm hoping that we can keep up at least until the Man United games. I don't think Greenwood's terrible. I don't know if this is really his position, but then I don't really know what his position actually is. I think he's a serviceable midfielder, but other than that, I don't really know what we want for him. But I mean, we're winning 3-0 in the FA Cup 4th round, and Rutter's in on goal. Oh, side netting from Rutter, very unlucky. Yeah, I love Keenan's saying he's loving what he's seeing from Rutter. I think he adds real quality. Oh yeah, Sinisterra, and Chasby is saying, or Chabsy is saying, we're forgetting how good Sinisterra can be. He's really, really good, Sinisterra, when he's on his day. He's excellent, and so I'm hoping that he's fully back fit soon as well, because we've got a plethora of attacking options. We can be excellent going forward. And Vuber at the back, he's solid. He's solidified us a little bit. Although we haven't been excellent at defending today, and we kind of have given away some chances, we do look like we're not conceding goals at least. That's the thing. Vuber's just made a mistake, just as I said that. But Firpo's going to try and clear it. Gives it back to Vuber, and now they're going to clear the ball. Yeah, we actually haven't conceded, so there's the positive thing. Rodrigo tries to play a ball through to Bamford, and it's cut out. Lee's just pressing here and getting the ball so well, and then giving it away so well. Considering how unfit Cini and Rutter are, they've been brilliant. Is Rutter actually unfit? I thought he was fine. Why bring Rodrigo and not Perkins? Strange. Yeah, I would have brought... Who was actually on the bench today? Let's have a look at the lineup, because I didn't get much chance before because I was having all those bloody technical difficulties before the game. Lineup. Oh, here we go. Ayling, Llorente, JB. JB could get a run. I would like to see JB come on for Greenwood. I think that would be a good one. Perkins and Joseph are also on the bench, so I would bring on one of them for Bamford. I think that would be a good shout. Leicester huffing and puffing against Walsall. It's the cup. Yeah, there's a point in what you're saying there, Martin, isn't there? That it, like, even though it's the FA Cup, lower league opposition, it's never that easy, really, is it? It never goes completely to plan for these top sides unless it's like Man City. But yeah, Rutter's first game since before the World Cup. Oh, is it, Chris? Yeah. Oh, Bamford with an excellent touch. Oh, so unlucky. Bamford did so well there. Oh, greedy bastard. Jack saying, some perspective, lads. Leicester isn't having it their own way against mid-table League Two side Walsall. These games tend to be very scrappy and competitive despite the difference in quality. You're absolutely right, Jack. That's what we were just saying, isn't it? That these games aren't as easy as they look on paper. But genuinely, that's why as well we were saying, oh, we'd be happier with playing against Accrington than Boreham Wood, because Boreham Wood are non-league and they're even more of an unknown quantity. So yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But like Rob says, keen to see the draw for the next round because we could come up against anyone, and we could have come up against some teams who aren't that particularly great in the fifth round. Keenan saying it's mentality, in his opinion. Mentality, and it definitely is, because these teams will go, oh, we've got a Premier League side, we're up against Leeds, and they will absolutely try and play the game of their lives, whereas we're like, oh, it's Accrington, we don't have to play the game of our lives. And so the mentality for them is, oh, Bamford into the box, Bamford gives it to Rodrigo shoots, an excellent save by Savin. Now Rutter shoots and it's blocked. But yeah, the mentality plays a big part in these FA Cup games. The opposition, when it's lower league teams against the Premier League, are so up for it compared to what the Premier League sides are. Rodrigo should be finishing that there. Bamford's been really unselfish and giving it into him. Rodrigo should be finishing that there, but he's hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Is Rutter coming off? Oh, leave him on. I want him to see him get a goal. Oh, he looks a bit disappointed in himself, Rutter, but I think he's been really good today. Oh, Robin Cox coming off for Llorente. Oh, in before Llorente just scores 3 on goals now, just to make it interesting. Unnecessary touch from Rodrigo. Yeah, also, I think he should have finished that. I think he should have just put it in the either side of the goalkeeper rather than straight at him. But Bamford's coming off for Brendan Aronson, so I'm assuming that Rodrigo will go up front and then Brendan Aronson will play behind the striker. Mateo Joseph looks like he may be warming up as well, actually, to be fair. Aronson needs a goal to get some confidence. Yeah, you're right as well, Chris. Aronson definitely needs a goal. Like, he's just tried his first flick and it's gone to no one. He needs a goal for his confidence. His confidence is rock bottom at the moment, I think, because nothing just seems to be going right for him. Maybe the price tag's weighing down on Aronson a little bit. It was 20-odd million pounds, and so far he's not really looked like a 20-odd million pound player. But I think he's got it in his locker, and I think he's got the attitude and the drive to do it. But really, he needs to sort of start just getting some performances under his belt that are of a higher level than what he's been currently playing at. But this is a good chance for him to get into the game, and we're already 3-0 up, and there's not really any pressure on him to do anything, so maybe this is the chance he needs to go and get a goal or an assist and get that confidence up. Long ball here from the Accrington goalkeeper. I think the referees have stitched up Aronson. They're allowing him to be fouled out of the game. Yeah, I think referees think that Aronson's really weak and goes down really easily on purpose to try and win free kicks, but I genuinely think he gets bodied off the ball all the time and doesn't get free kicks for it. Greenwood tries to play a ball down the line and it's gone all the way out into the Accrington half for a throw-in. He needs to be learned more of a team player on the pitch, do everything well, Aronson. Yeah, I think sometimes he tries to do the spectacular before he does the... He tries to run before he can walk. He tries to do the spectacular before he does the simple things right. But I think he's got it in his locker to be a very good player. We just need to see a bit more of that. Who's the player in the orange boots? I can't see because the BBC stream isn't that good quality, and I can't really see what shirt number he is. Is it Perkins? I genuinely can't tell who that is. Christensen's into the box. Great save by the goalkeeper. Rob saying that Aronson needs an off-season to muscle up and evolve. Yeah, I think he does need a little bit of a workout plan and a diet change to get a little bit more muscle in him, because then I think he'd be excellent. TK is saying he thinks that Rutter looks amazing. Can't wait to see him in the league. He made some great line-breaking passes that I wasn't expecting. Yeah, that's what I saw from a lot of the footage of him playing for Hoffenheim, is that he picks the ball up in a little bit deeper positions and then breaks the back line with excellent passing and dribbling and pace and power in his running. So I think he's an excellent option for us, and I think he'll do so well in the Premier League if he plays like that. Aronson just needs to change his name. If he was Spanish or French in a top 6 club, he would get those free kicks. Yeah, probably. Who's our player in? I'm going to have to Google it because I can't tell who it is. Leeds versus Accrington. Lineups. Oh, it is Perkins. I didn't notice at any point Perkins come on. Was it when did he go for Bamford? Because it looked like Bamford came off for Aronson. I don't think it ever showed Perkins actually coming on. I'm actually working on a better all-round graphic for live streams. This one was just a quick one I threw together for this game, but the Forest game should have lineups next to me on either side of both teams, and I'm hoping to be able to try and get it so that I can shot here from Tommy Lee, I think. Ball into the box, and Accrington have scored. Oh, we can't go a game without conceding, can we? Can't go a game without conceding, can we? Oh, well. Doesn't matter. It's the FA Cup. We're 3-0. We were 3-0 up. It's 3-1 now. Not the end of the world. Let's go out and get another one. Anyway, I was hoping to get... I've got a graphic where I can put lineups on either side of me, like here and here. And then I was hoping to get it where I can put little green triangle for somebody who's come on and a red triangle for somebody who's come off. And I can just do them in my streaming software so you can see it as it happens. But I need to figure that out. There goes the record of no goals with Vuber on the pitch. Yeah. And we've conceded to bloody Accrington Stanley. Oh, it's so annoying that we just concede every game. We didn't concede against Ivan Toney and Brian Mbermo, who are two World Cup... Well, one World Cup player and one really good striker. Yet we concede to bloody Accrington Stanley. Sam Greenwood now with the ball. Oh, Newcastle somehow, yeah, as well. We didn't concede against them because, well, I think we were riding our luck a little bit that day, but let's just get another one and make it 4-1. It doesn't look anywhere near as bad, but Aronson does well to pick the ball up here, gives it back into Christensen, doing the simple things well, like we said. And then there goes Rasmus not doing the simple things well and misplacing a 5-yard pass. Harrison with the ball into the box, and it's just cleared. Now Accrington are counter-attacking. Please don't make it 3-2 because bloody hell, that will be stressful towards the end of the game. But yes, I noticed, Rob, your comment about the Weston McKennie video thumbnail the other day, saying that have I been seeing somebody else to get my thumbnails done? But I'll have you know, I do every graphic that's ever been on the channel. I've done it myself, and I have learnt how to do them all myself. That's why they're all different as well, my thumbnails. I try and mix it up. Rodrigo into the box. Rodrigo straight across the goal line, and it's not able to go in. And Sonny Perkins ends up kicking it out for a goal kick, I think. Yeah, so close there to scoring. When I was messaging my mate about the Cardiff game the other week, and I went, and we were 5-0 up, and I said, "Oh, it's really good that we're 5-0 up," or whatever, paraphrasing. And then he said something, and I said, "At least we made things right by conceding our 2 customary goals." And then he's just quoted that message and put "standby," because we're gonna bloody concede them now as well. Diego Llorente with the ball, plays the ball over the top to Rodrigo. Rodrigo picks it up and plays it inside to Brendan Aronson. Aronson into the feet of Rodrigo. Rodrigo's curled shot maybe would have made its way in. Looked like it was heading there, but it was blocked. Excellent defending there from Vuba. Jack Harrison with a ball inside. Sonny Perkins picks it up. I think it's because Sonny Perkins has got a new trim. He's got more of a fade now, and I didn't recognise him. Ball's gone all the way through to Melier here. Do you mean that was good? That was a good thing that Brendan did, Chris? Or do you mean that you're saying goodbye to him because he's crap? I'm joking, of course. He's not crap. He just needs some more time to get into things. I don't know. I just never see anything particularly good from him in the games. But then earlier in the season, we did see good bits, and I just hope he gets back some form again. Keenan saying Perkins is promising. Yeah, Perkins is as well, but I don't see with us signing Rutter and some other players. Like, I know Perkins is more of an out-and-out striker, but with Rodrigo and Bamford both fit, where does Perkins get his game time? I think loans are almost better for players like that sometimes. Perkins does well there, cuts inside. Tries to give the ball into Jack Harrison, but it's just cut out. Brendan Aronson then is adjudged to have fouled. Oh, yes, thank you for reminding me, Jack. I always bloody forget that, don't I? It's my one thing that I need one of those bloody Stream Deck things so I can just like press and change the score. I don't know how you set that up, I'll have to find out, but that'll be handy to be able to just change the score through the on my desk with a little touchpad. Long ball forward then from the goalkeeper. Straight over everyone and into their striker who's in the box. Tries to pay it to the back post, and Rasmus calmly heads it back to Melier. Long ball forward here by Llorente into Rodrigo's feet. Rodrigo then tries to take it past his man and just takes it out for a goal kick. The goalkeeper nearly spilled his pass back into his own goal. Something quite telling I can see here is that Victor Orta and Angus Kinnear are in the press box, but I see no signs of Andrea Radrizzani, and I think that's because he's in Italy. Dealing with Juventus about the transfer situation. By the way, in this graphic here, here. I genuinely have no idea who he is or if he's playing. But he's got an Accrington Stanley shirt on. I'm not even sure if it's the shirt from this season. I can't quite tell, but I genuinely don't know who he is or if he's on the pitch. So I don't know. I doubt any of you know anything more about Accrington Stanley than I do. But yeah, I don't think he's on the pitch. Accrington are just sort of playing the ball around at the back here, trying to work some space, but it's a bit late now to start playing football for them, I think. Throw in them from them. Go out and get another goal, Leeds. Come on. I was really hoping that Rutter would get a goal today, and he had some chances too. And if maybe Sinisterra had passed to him on the one that he skied it on, maybe he would have had that goal. Rasmus into Aronson's feet. Aronson takes on a man and then gets brought down. That's what I like about Aronson when he gets the ball and he drives with it. But every time he does it, you know how when Messi picks up the ball in a deep position and then just runs through everyone, it doesn't matter how many people kick him, he always manages to stay on his feet somehow. That's what I feel is the opposite of Aronson. Aronson is great at taking on a man, drops the shoulder, goes past people with a real burst of pace. But he always gets brought down. Like it never amounts to anything because he can't get through, and he just gets brought down all the time. And like Rob's saying before, it's really frustrating because he ends up not winning free kicks for it because he looks weak and he seems like he might be diving. His centre of gravity is not good. Yeah, he just goes over. Maybe he's like taller than he should be, something like that. Zach Harrison's talking to Jesse Marsh. Oh, unless he's bringing on a sub. I think he might be bringing on Mateo Joseph. Rasmus Christensen with the ball into the feet of... Rodrigo. Rodrigo tried to shoot there and it was just nicked off his toes. I'd like to see Mateo Joseph get a goal. I know he got a goal against Blackpool in pre-season. Medford Messi, not the real one. Yeah, that's the difference between the Medford Messi and the Messiah Messi. So, 89 minutes then. Accrington goal kick. Looks like Leeds are in the 5th round of the FA Cup. Their 5th round. Bloody pinching myself. 5th round. I don't think Joseph is on the bench. Joseph is on the pitch, mate. BRG1. Joseph is actually on the pitch now. You can see he's got a little, like, blonde streak on top of his hair. He's number 49. Joseph now on the ball. I should have gone out wide to Rasmus Christensen and ends up just playing a terrible pass to Perkins that doesn't go to him. Should have just picked the first pass he saw and gone out wide to Rasmus Christensen, who could have got the ball back in the box for him. Well, we've still got 4 minutes to concede our customary second concession of the game. Tell you what, I wasn't going to do it, but let's give you... let's give you a extra time timer. There we go. This is extra time now. I'll just restart the first half timer and stop it when the game finishes. Yeah, it was a curled ball into the box there and a header that went over everybody and out for a goal kick there. But yeah, I mean, sometimes there are some worrying signs in these games for Leeds. Leeds have had 21 attempts, right? Accrington have had 15. Like, that's not good. We shouldn't be letting Accrington Stanley have 15 attempts against us. Nipsey saying good streamy. I'm not sure what that means or whether that was a typo. Showing all Leeds fans looking fairly miserable considering we're 3-1 up in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Does anyone know when... I know, Rob, you were saying before that you were looking forward to the draw. When is the draw? Rodrigo trying to battle for the ball there. Brendan Aronson's got it. Yeah, someone was talking about his centre of gravity before, weren't they? I can't remember who it was, but Brendan nearly fell over there, and he just looks like wobbly on his feet. He looks a bit like Bambi on ice sometimes. Mateo Joseph trying to battle their defender in the corner here. Leeds have won a throw-in then right by the corner flag. Yeah, does anybody know when the draw is? Somebody let me know. Christensen then's got a throw, and he's probably going to try and take a long throw into the box if he doesn't pass it to Rutter, who's right by him. 1 minute then to go of added time. There's 4 minutes and there's 1 minute to go of it. Christensen with a throw in into the box, and the header straight away by the defender. Greenwood's getting started on here because I think he accidentally sort of pushed thingy. Nipsey saying stream, sorry, I live in Finland and my phone adds the letter I to words way too often. Oh, do you know what? Fair enough, I'll let you off then. I can't blame you for that. I think Rasmus has just taken a little bit of a whack there, so it's going to be a free kick. Jack Turner saying he's found a new Leeds streamer. Much better stream for my blood pressure. No exaggerated over the top takes, just calls. Fair enough. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. So it's going to be a free kick then for Leeds here. Sam Greenwood and Mark Rocker stood over it. Mark Rocker takes it early. Terrible. And the final whistle goes. Sums it up, doesn't it? 3-1 then. First time in 7 years we've made it through to the fifth round of the FA Cup. Matthew Thomas saying, man, it would have been nice to get a 3-0, lol. Yeah, definitely would have been nice to get a 3-0. It really would. It's just so frustrating to get to just concede in every game other than Brentford and Newcastle somehow. But yeah, we need to start keeping the ball out of the back of our net, but it's not really about that today, is it? It was about just getting the win no matter what, and we've won 3-1, and we're into the fifth round of the FA Cup. I'll tell you what, let me stop this timer because there we go. 3-1 full time then. Any thoughts on that, guys? Anybody excited about the Weston McKennie transfer? That's what we've got to look forward to really now. If you haven't already, there's a video out about left backs on the channel. Spoiler alert, I don't really think we're actually going to sign a left back this transfer window, but it's just more of a conversation about the current state of the playing staff and our defence. Then the McKennie video, which I think is one of my better videos that I've made, so I recommend checking that one out because that didn't do as well as the... That one hasn't done as well as the left back video, but the McKennie video is a lot better. I did some research into him and all that sort of stuff and talked about how he would fit in. So I think it would be that's a good one to check out. Jack Turner saying he wants Wrexham at home next round. Yeah, that'd be good. Get Ryan Reynolds at Ellen Road. Bamford's just doing his interview now. I'm just listening. Oh, yeah. The fifth round's at Wembley, isn't it? Roscoe's just saying Wembley. But it's actually... It's actually at Wembley, isn't it, the next round? So it's not going to be home or away, but hopefully we do get somebody like Wrexham, who maybe we can put to the sword a little bit and get into the next round. Nipsey saying the watch-along stressed me out from Joe... and his kids are here, too much swearing. Enjoy his other shows a lot, though. Yeah, Joe's great. And especially our discussion shows that we do, the final word and stuff like that, which I think I may be on tomorrow night if he does one. But yeah, I do think that I do think that I try to not swear on this channel if I can manage it, but especially in the FA Cup where things don't matter as much, I won't be getting as stressed out over things. But yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed this one. We've gone round to the net. We've gone through to the next round of the FA Cup. Is it not the quarterfinals after the 5th round that are played at Wembley? Yeah, but I feel like the 5th round's played at Wembley as well. 5th round FA Cup. Let me have a look. Oh, it may be. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, bit of a weird one. I think, yeah, it's maybe the quarterfinals that are the first ones at the FA at Wembley. Shelley's saying, happy to be in the next round. We can enjoy our weekend for once. Yes, we can. We've won 3-1 and we've gone through to the next round of the FA Cup. Thanks again for the stream and great content as always. Yes, thank you, Shelley. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Just watching Harrison's Thunderbolt. What a goal that was. What a goal that was. Bang! Excellent goal. Western loan with buy option confirmed. Very excited to see it. Yes, I saw that before. I think Radrizzani's in Italy at the moment. I don't think he'll have had a medical yet, so I think his medical will probably be potentially this weekend and then announced this weekend. Well, it'll have to be this weekend, won't it? Because it's the 28th already. And so, yeah, we need to get that one over the line, and I think he will help us out massively in that midfield. The position that we looked lacking in the most today was probably our midfield, and I think McKennie's a bit of a powerhouse in there, so I think he will help us out. Martin Cook saying immense, hallelujah, Newcastle fans burning with envy. Yeah, yes, we are through to the next round of the FA Cup, and we'll have to see who we come up against. But hopefully it's some lower league opposition again and we can get all the way through to the quarterfinal, because the first time in 7 years we'll have got anywhere like going far in the FA Cup. So, yeah, happy with the 3-1 victory. We shouldn't have conceded, but we bloody did. Doesn't matter. We've conceded 3-1, but we scored some good goals, and we need reinforcements in the midfield, which it looks like we're getting through Weston McKennie. So happy with that. Thanks for watching. Thanks everybody for joining me and all commenting in the chat and stuff. Obviously, like I said before, it really helps soothe the anxiety of watching Leeds to have people to talk to whilst it's on. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support on the channel at the moment. Like I said, if you're watching and you're not subscribed already, just hit that subscribe button, please. It really helps me out, and it doesn't cost you anything. So we're trying to hit 5K this year, so you can be a little bit of a part of helping that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and I hope you enjoyed the game as well. And I shall see you next time on Leeds Lately.